Hey. Oh, yeah, I want to hear all about it. All right, go ahead. You take the floor.
All right. So I'm reporting via satellite from uh, Clemson, South Carolina. I'm here with the U of R women's rowing team. And yeah, it's been cool. It's funny because we flew in, like it just like brought me back to like when we used to go on training trip and like all the different personalities too. Like there's definitely like a Kelly Pafke on the team. There's definitely like, like there's just people with those personalities. And then it kind of hit me as we flew in on Friday. It was like a midday flight. We got in, got the rental car. We had to drive, we flew into Charlotte. So then we had to drive about 2.5, 3-ish. It was a little bit of traffic, so almost 3-ish hours. And in the van, like I was like, as I'm driving, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm the grown up and they're the like I remember being back there and being like so excited and like bubbly and like having fun and like it like hit me. I'm like, I'm part of their core memory. Like this is gonna be something that they remember for a
Yeah,
very long time. And
yeah.
it was just yeah, like I kind of had that moment where I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. So we got in and we got set up on Friday. We got in late, so it was basically just kind of like let the kids eat, let them go to the grocery store and grab some food. And then we started fresh on Saturday morning. And so we've been practicing. The area that we practice out of kind of has like a couple different like launching areas. I think it's set up by like the parks department. And so like
Okay.
so they've got the launches kind of like all up on this beach. And because it's the south, like the beach has like this like iron ore kind of look to it. It's like red almost, like that red
Hmm.
clay kind of look. It's messy, like it gets all over your shoes. I went out and bought like a pair of Crocs. So I was just like, enough of like I brought an extra pair of sneakers, but like I was like, I trashed those after the first day. So I was like, forget that. And so like there's all like flat bottom launches. There's like a sea of them that are all like the rentals. Yeah, I mean it's really, really great. It's got like little coves. It's on like I think it's called the Seneca River. And so there's like little inlets and everything, kind of like a little protected area that almost kind of reminds me of like what we call the playpen, what I call the playpen at home, where you can kind of have your smaller sculling boats. I'm sorry, my hair's dripping. Like you have your smaller sculling boats kind of play around and get people out in doubles and in pairs and kind of, the people who are figuring that part out. So there's a kind of a space to do that. And then there's like a buoyed course, a 2000 buoyed course, which was really nice to use. And some of the older girls are doing seat racing. I'm with like some of the novice girls and the girls who aren't seat racing. So that's really fun. We've been getting out. Like first we got out in small boats with the novice girls. Then we did an 8, and then we did 4s in the afternoon. That was Sunday, 8 in the morning, 4 in the afternoon. And then Monday we were that was just yesterday, right? That's the other thing is
Yeah.
like the days
Yeah.
are all melding together, like every day's the same. Like I didn't realize like Sunday was Sunday. I was like, oh yeah. And like each day feels like a week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's kind of the cool part. They did workout in the morning yesterday and then they had the afternoon off. So because they've been doing the seat racing for the last couple of days or last couple of days, last 2 days. So they really like they'd been working hard. They put in a lot of meters. So, the older girls. And then so they had the afternoon off yesterday and they went over to Clemson. I actually had an opportunity to get a run in and our hotel's kind of close enough. So I ran up to Clemson, up to the stadium, around a little bit of the campus and came back.
Nice.
It's cool. It was like 80 degrees and hills, and I was like, oh
Oh.
boy. Yeah, so it wasn't the fastest run, but it was just so nice to be able to go out and run because
Hmm.
I haven't been running much because we were doing the Bright and Burn. And so a lot of like I would get my workout and I'd be like, oh, I'll go for like a 2-mile run in the afternoon, never did it. So now I'm trying to like get more of my running back. And so my legs have been feeling kind of heavy. Yesterday I was supposed to get on the erg and then I was like, nah, like I'm not skipping the good weather. So I just went out
Hmm.
and went for my run. So but
Nice.
yeah, yeah. Like today we're starting a little bit late. We're having just the middle practice. And so that we won't start until 9:30. So we got some little bit of time before I gotta go get the van and pile the kids in and kids. I need to start calling them athletes. I keep saying that to myself. pile the athletes in and get them over to practice. So
Yeah, so how many athletes and how many coaches and how many bands does that mean?
okay, so the men's team is here also. So there's
Okay.
3 bands, 3 coaches. The girls team has 30. No, wait. The girls team has 20 in the 20 something range, high 20s. Boys team or men's team has like, I think it's 8 to 10 kids, maybe. Because I know that they've
Okay.
taken an 8 out, and I don't know if kids sat out, but they've been taking out like the pairs and they've been taking out the fours and stuff too. So the men's team is a little bit smaller, but there's
Hmm.
the men's coach, and then Ethan, head coach for the women's, and then me assisting him. So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's been really
That's great.
cool. Yeah. It's been great to be back out on the launch. It's just been, you know how it is. It's just like nothing beats it. It's just so much fun to like, I don't know. And then like the weather like has been good. Like so the water's really like glass like. So it's just like
Perfect.
it's just nice to watch them do those pause drills. It's nice to like, watch them kind of like figuring it out and making it
Hmm.
happen. It's still early, so trying to get them up to the higher rates. So, the wheels are still falling off, but like it's kind of fun to like have them like problem solve it in their head that like they do it and they're like, oh, that was a little all over the place. But and then being able to be like, okay, let's try it again and see if we can get this moving. So it's been very, very cool.
So is this a tradition to go to this location with this team? Like, I mean,
I
not for you, but like for U of R.
I I believe so. I believe this is because
Mhm.
they were talking about like some of the older girls on the team were talking about, oh, we were doing this on this day amount of years ago. So yeah, I think this is the spot that they usually come to.
Do they have any traditions or favorite local places to go? Like, tell me about that sort of thing.
We're gonna go to this place called Sweet Retreat, which is like I think it's like mini golf and go-karts and that kind of thing. They were gonna do it
Nice.
yesterday, but I think
Hmm.
in the in-between time, like there's like a
Hmm.
really nice pool out here, and the kids went out to the pool and some of them fell asleep and some of them went over to campus. And I think after that, everybody was just like, oh, I just want to kind of sit. So they've moved that to Friday. So that'll be the end of the week activity. Yeah, I think that they just kind of, like we were, like they're
Yeah.
enjoying kind of being together. And
Hmm.
it's funny listening to like all the different personalities. Like, I don't know. Like it just reminds me of like I don't know, the one who sticks out in my head is Kelly. There's definitely
Yeah, of
a
course.
theme. Someone,
What about
yeah, driving the chicken truck backwards into a pool, kind of the like energy. Yeah, yeah. And
so they meals are all on their own. They buy all their food at the grocery store and prepare it. Is there any team dinners out?
we did a team dinner when we first got here. I think in
Hmm.
general the girls just kind of have their own plan. I think that they
Hmm.
have certain people cooking on certain days. So
Okay.
they're doing that. So that's kind of part of their, their routine. So some of them
Hmm.
like in the car on the ride over, like somebody was like making up a grocery list and like making the schedule of who's gonna cook when. And so I think there's girls on the team who like to do that. And then I think
Hmm.
girls who are just like just gonna show up and like just tell me what I need to clean up after we eat kind of thing. So but they have it all under control. It's definitely different than juniors. Like there's not a
Hmm.
lot of like you don't have to handhold,
Yeah.
none of that. Like, they were problem solving the trailer themselves. Like
Hmm.
they didn't want the oars to be on the ground, so they like put these straps around the trees and hung all the oars up and like,
Nice.
yeah, they did they take care of their equipment and their things and like it's really just a matter of like are they ready to get on the water and then I get over there and we'll just start coaching. So it's fun. It's been really, really good.
Cool. Any end of the week like I said like traditions like is there any kind of like mix everybody up kind of
I
race or
be racing Coast Guard, but there's going to be like a certain group
Oh,
of kids
okay.
doing that. So I think at the very end of the week they're doing that, or every
Neat.
Thursday. It's been really, really good. I
Good,
have to
good.
admit that like the moving around, like it's way more busy than what I've been doing during the winter and
Hmm.
miss like being able to walk around this much. Like, but I think like my legs and like my body in general is tired. Yesterday I woke up and I went to kind of turn and I'm like, why is that sore? But I'm driving the outboard. So like I
Oh
make
yeah.
sure like before I get in there that I do like some trunk rotation because I mean you sit there rotated the whole time and then like it's based like I mean the engine's vibrating so it's like basically like a shake weight. So you're holding
Yeah.
onto a shake weight for like an
Hmm.
hour and a half. So I'm like I probably need to like make sure that like I'm warm, but I've been warming up with them.
Hmm.
So like I was like, okay, let me just add some extra rotations in here for myself because I like to drive with my left hand. So
Hmm.
like so I kind of sit like you know how like you can sit and then like the flat bottoms like have like you can sit kind of like all the way back and you can be driving with it directly in front of you. But I'm always in the habit of like driving with my arm behind me because I always like if you're by yourself, you don't have it like usually you have ballast, but it's not enough that like and I'm heavy. So like if I go and I sit back there, then I'm like gonna be tipping the launch up. So I always kind of sit like kind of middle and front so that I can kind of like balance my weight out, especially as like the boats get faster and stuff. So I don't know if I need to go grab more ballast, probably. The other day there was a bucket on the dock and I like filled it with water and put it in the front as the ballast. So
Did it work?
it worked. It worked just fine.
Oh, good.
They
Yeah.
had like in the because I'm driving one of the launches from U of R. So, but the rental launches had like the long tube style, like the heavy duty ballast in there. So
Hmm.
I took one out of the other launch, threw it in there the other day. Just the bucket was missing. So, but you know how it is. Like you don't want to get going, and then like the boat's tipping up the whole time, and that's a pain in the butt. So.
So so you spent how many practices so far? Three, four
Feels
with
like a
the
month.
group?
We've
Yeah.
it's just you know like the days are just like they become like because it's those two practices it becomes like
Right.
two it becomes like two or three separate events because if we do something
Yeah.
for practice and then we do afternoon practice then we do some type of meeting or something at the end of the day it seems like three separate days because usually only see them once. So we've been let's see we did practice set we did two practices on Saturday. Sunday was like a one practice, but it had a break in the middle. So we stayed a little bit longer. And then we had the practice in the afternoon. And then I think there was a meeting on Saturday night. And then we had we had one practice yesterday and the afternoon off. And then today we have the big practice it's going to be at 9:30
Hmm.
at the water, and then we're gonna do like a meeting in the afternoon, and I'm gonna do some like mobility work. I was also gonna work on like breathing for exercise and like
Oh,
functional.
good. Obviously, you probably went in with either like a prepared plan from the other coach or your own plan, but then you
Yeah.
see them, like you're spending time with them, you're seeing what the rowing is like. Do you have any ideas for the next few practices that you kind of want to work on? Like anything that you
You
think
know, I
they
was
need help
reviewing
with?
some video,
Hmm.
and I think maybe working a little bit just like on back in Buffalo we used to do catch camp. And
Hmm.
like that was like just like all about like catches and being able to like to be more conscious of where the water is so
Hmm.
that you're getting the blade in more. You know, I was talking with Ethan, he was talking about taking them up to the higher rates and then backing it off, and that will help improve
Hmm.
the catches a little bit. So just I think like a little bit of catch concentration. We've been talking about like the finish and being making sure that we're dropping it out and exiting before we're feathering. So we've talked finish quite a bit, so I want to make sure that we touch on catch and you know, there's some timing issues in there. Like I said, we've been doing some like pause drills just to help them. Like we've been doing double pause, we've been doing single pause, just to help them figure out where everybody else is going to be. Right now, I think I need to do some feet out. I have a couple who
Hmm.
are getting a little bit too much layback. So that will help correct that without having to like pester them about not laying back. Like, you know, you can only lay back
Hmm.
so far when your feet aren't in. So,
Sure. Yeah.
um, so I want to try to do a little bit of that too. I'm trying not to overwhelm them and give them
Hmm.
time just to put the blade in the water. Like that's, I mean, you know, that's the
Hmm.
biggest teacher. You know, some of them are a little bit soft, is like the only way I can describe it is they're just a little bit soft, like either at the catch or at the catch and at the finish, where because of the softness, like the blade is kind of pushing them around. So they'll get to the
Hmm.
catch and when they lock in, it changes their position because they're a little bit soft. So I'm trying to think of a way, and I think like maybe the higher rates will help with that. Like they'll just have to create some more tension because they're not going to be as moving as slowly. So yeah, so I mean yeah, it's exciting. It's fun to kind of to have the same people, be able to kind of move them around a little bit and try
Mhm.
to like get them to work together, and it's good stuff. It's very
You
fun.
should try if you have time and if you
Okay.
want, you should try the Cox and calls to catch drill because I
Okay.
think that's really good for catches, for timing, and it's fun.
Okay.
And if you want to give your coxswains like a chance to have a lot of fun with it, they will
And this is when they
because
like randomly just call it, and the like it could be really
yeah,
like
it has to be on the square, so it's it's good for rowing on the square, but it's obviously like by sixes or fours or whatever, like some people setting a boat, but it's just, it's really good to like get those quick catches in and they have to do it, whenever and they have to be prepared. So yeah, if you do try it, let me know how it goes. But
okay.
at the very least, it's really fun.
Yeah.
So that's really good.
And it's nice because I mean, like I can show you the water here. Hopefully I don't give you too much of a glare because it is very bright. So
Oh, look at that.
yeah.
Neat. So this is where you're staying, but
This is where
you're
we're
not
staying.
launching
We're
right
not we're not
there.
launching from here. So
Okay.
the Clemson boathouse is further up that way. Where
Hmm.
we launch, like I meant that I guess that way. Where we launch is like that way. But if you keep rowing, you eventually get down to them. So
Oh,
I
okay.
guess we did like the beach launch the first
Hmm.
day that we were here, and then the docks came in to the spot where
Oh, okay.
so we're using the docks to get in and out. But it is a great option. Like if someone's in a small boat and they don't want to wait, they can just pull up to the beach and hop out
Nice.
and get moving. So that's kind of fun. So
I was gonna say you had mentioned I think maybe doubles or pairs. Are there singles too?
there's a
Or
couple
you
of those. I think there's
yeah?
a tubby and two like Pinert style singles. So yeah. And then I forget how many doubles we have. I think it's two doubles and two pairs. We brought at least three fours,
Mm-hmm.
two eights here. So there's plenty of permutations and options to
That's
kind of
cool.
get the kids out there. And one of the girls was in the single. Oh my gosh, she so made me smile. Um like she got in the boat and like she was one of the experienced girls, but the grin, like the perma grin she had, and like because it was like so much joy, like the joy was moving the boat. Like it was just like
Oh
oh
no.
so cute. And like I mean it'd be like cute and because they're grown-ups, but it just warmed my heart to see her out there and just like gliding across the water like so quick, like just yeah, it was the best. So it's yeah, it's really fun. I mean, you're kind of in this rowing bubble, which is always really the best. Like I was talking to the kids and to Tim and stuff, and like life is happening at home, but I get to be in this nice little rowing bubble for the week. So feeling
That's
very,
cool.
very happy, very blessed to be here, and very excited to like the coaches are great to hang out with, and we've been, having a really great time. So, and the girls are amazing. So
Hmm.
I'm
Nice.
definitely enjoying myself. I'm definitely having more fun than Tim is managing the house and the kids at home.
Oh. Well, so what are they preparing for? What's the first race? When is it?
I
Like,
think
do you know?
Ithaca is going to be one of their
Okay.
first races.
Nice.
And I don't know exactly how many weeks we have until that. Like I think we
Okay.
have a little bit of time. I'm sorry that like now I'm sweating.
That's all right. And is it at Ithaca?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
So
Well, that'll be fun for you. When we did a visit at Ithaca, I was trying to remember. It doesn't look like anything
it
like when
doesn't.
we were there.
Okay, okay.
It's completely different. It's a lot more built up. I think it's still the same location, but yeah, I'll be interested to hear what you say. And maybe I'm assuming it's based out of their boathouse because she was pointing out the race course that they use. So yeah, but I can't wait to hear. I mean, the boathouse is beautiful. They have a really nice spot there. It's just, tight. It's just the, channel. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that
so
that was
cool.
the race when Kelly Papke stole the
The
Yale,
unit.
yeah, the infamous Yale uni ceiling, and then I had to like make her take it back. I don't know if she actually took it back. We need to get her on this podcast
That
because
would be fun.
yeah, we need to talk to her
Hmm.
and see what's up and see what she's up to and if she still has that Yale uni that she stole. I've decided there's always, I mean, there's always those like there's like those key personalities on the
Hmm.
team. There's, you know, there's the captains who kind of take care of everybody and make things happen. There's the people who are running around the boats, like crazy, you know, dancing, doing all sorts of like posing. You know, then there's like the reporter, the person who's taking all the pictures, and now
Hmm.
there's one of the athletes. She has like a little microphone, and she walks around and she asks questions pre-practice to everybody.
Oh,
So
that's
like
cool.
yeah, so they all kind and then like there's one who's like kind of working on the social media and puts the stuff out for that. So yeah, it's pretty neat.
Nice.
But
Well, I
there's
hope
definitely
you
all
enjoy it.
personalities. Yeah.
Sounds like you are, and I know you have practice at 9:30, so I just want to be conscious of your time. What time do you have to get everybody together?
Yeah, I just had so at 9:30 I have to be in the van and with the van pulled up to the front
Oh,
of the cow. So I don't have to like gather anybody. There's no like I said, they're the athletes are adults. There's no herding cats or anything like that, like it would be for juniors. So yeah. But what are you up to rowing wise
sure.
this week?
So I actually am not doing the masters right now. It just became like I never got to practices because we had just so many like consecutive meetings with the, board and then the parent meeting and then there's just always something going on. So I just figured like this time is not working. So it'll be later, like once it's nice out, I'll be on the water and I'll be happy. And for now, I think kind of like what you're saying, I'm trying to get back a little bit into running for a little while, get off the erg, get out of the basement, get out and, probably do a little bit of mix of erg, weightlifting and running. Yeah, the kids officially started their spring season. Doesn't look any different than winter so far, other than yesterday they got to go outside and run a whole lot of laps around the middle school because it was actually nice out. So I think that they enjoyed being outside and they moved the ergs outside too. So they had put all of the ergs on the curb there in front of the middle school. So they did their workout outside, which was probably really nice for them. I've been keeping an eye on the river as I've been passing over the bridge to work. Good news is we had a lot of chunks the other day, which
Cool.
means we went from solid sheets of ice and a blanket of snow a
Mhm.
couple, like maybe a week ago. And now it's all chunking up and moving along. So that's good to see. That's what we need. So I think the tentative date for getting the docs in was the 28th, which is very late for us. Like I had memories on some of the social media accounts that I am one of the contributors to. I think it was probably for the master's account, and we were getting the docs in this time 2 years ago. So I think we're aiming late because we know it's going to be late, but I'm hoping it's not any later than that. I know the kids are just chomping at the bit to
Yeah.
get out there and to get out of the indoors.
I know. Like after getting all this rowing in this week, it's just gonna be like to go home and for it to be A, cold, and then B, potentially like you can't get out of the water. That'll
Yeah.
stink. But fingers crossed we go back. Like we had water, like, but I don't
Yeah, you
like
did.
yeah, in that one spot where I took the picture, there was like no
Hmm.
ice. But I don't know if there was ice trapped up at the bridge up ahead of that. So if there is, and then there was an issue like at the dock at GWC got damaged because part of it got left in and like it like snapped. So I don't know if we're going
Hmm.
to be rowing off of a smaller dock for
Hmm.
until it's repaired. You know, that it's like what is it, AccuDock? That stuff's like
Hmm.
pretty heavy duty, pretty expensive, and like it takes forever for them to deliver stuff. So like we'll hopefully fingers crossed we'll get that stuff out to them pretty early and we'll be able to get back on the water like right when we get home. But there's a possibility that they'll be back in the gym in their training center.
Yeah.
That's where I took the picture is where their training center. Their trainer center is like right on the water. So
Oh, that's
right on
cool.
the Genesee, like close to like because U of R's campus is right on the Genesee.
Oh,
So
wow. Nice.
like so the kids athletes so the athletes can walk over to the training center. I don't know how many athletes like ride their bike and stuff like that. I'm sure they do ride their bike or walk. I mean, it'd be a little bit of a walk. You probably have to leave early to walk over there. Running probably wouldn't be too bad, but depending
Hmm.
on where you live on campus. So fingers crossed that we all get on the water very, very soon and
Yeah.
we can put winter behind us. Did you guys
Yeah.
the couple days of warm? Did you 60s, 70s the past couple of days?
Yes. Just yesterday was nice. Today's supposed to be nicer. And then I don't even want to talk about later in the week.
Are we supposed to get more snow? Like I haven't looked at the
I've been telling everybody who said that to stop talking about it, but I think it is supposed to come. So maybe things will change.
maybe the high here today is 81. What's the yeah, we got it looks like snow the day I get back. Perfect. Snow on Friday, snow, wind on Saturday, and then snow on Sunday. Rain on
Yeah.
Monday. Oh,
Yeah,
but
I see a high of 28 on Tuesday, which I'm not liking either. I don't want I will take snow if I can keep the higher above freeze. I mean, obviously,
yeah, yeah, like
you know
let's
what I mean, but
I mean, I'm all for it. 29 degrees and snowing or 30 degrees and snowing, 31 degrees and snowing. Like, do we have to do like frigid cold, like 10 degrees and windy? Like, I'm not there for that. So, fingers crossed that our weather will start cooperating with us. But I guess it's only March 10th. So,
yeah, it snowed. I remember one year when I was coaching masters, this is I don't know when, very like early 2000s, and somebody was having a wedding at their house or something, and it was supposed to be outside. It was May 15th, and it snowed. And they
oh,
had all these people from out of town. They had to like dig into their basement and find like every old coat
oh, and yeah.
because they couldn't just bring it inside. Their house isn't big enough for everybody.
Wow.
So yeah, I just remember that because we had practice that day and they were talking about it. It must have been maybe practice the next day and they were talking about it. Yeah, I know it can happen, but let's hope that this spring
Gosh.
rewards us for the hard winter that we had to go through.
Yeah.
And last spring was miserable too. So, like, let's hope this one we were earned a
Nice
nice
spring.
spring.
A nice easy spring that
Yeah.
just kind of like treats us well. Not a lot of
Mhm.
wind. We could keep the rain away. That'd be cool. But I know
Calm waters.
come
Yep.
on. Well, I mean, if it rains, let's do light rain. Let's not do the rain
Yeah.
like sideways with the wind. Like none of that.
Mm-mm.
It can rain.
Yeah.
Like it can drizzle. Like I'll be all right with that. I can hang with that. But
Like
like
70 and drizzle. Okay, I'll take
yeah,
that.
yeah, like it
Yeah.
was a little misty the other day here, but it like wasn't raining. Like that was okay.
Yeah.
We don't really get that a lot at home where it's like very misty, but it was misty and it was a little bit foggy here.
Mm.
And sometimes we get fog. Like if I go out early in the
Mhm.
double, like sometimes we'll see a little bit of fog and then it'll burn off real quick. Ooh, sun's going
Mhm.
behind cloud. Perfect. Woo, that was hot sun. I'm trying not to complain about sunshine. 'Cause I want to bring this sunshine home. That's my
Yes.
plan is to bring it home with
Hmm.
me. But
Yep.
I probably should get going, get things together. I need to make myself a little bit of oatmeal, maybe dry my hair, maybe with the blow dryer a little bit. It's still dripping, but maybe I'll just leave it. I'll just let it air dry. Have a great rest of the week, Kate, and
Yeah.
thanks to everybody who's listening and watching. And if anybody wants to join the podcast and come and tell us their rowing story, let us know. Shoot us an email, drop us a comment.
All right, sounds good. Enjoy your week and have fun. Enjoy
Yes,
it. You are enjoying it. I can
I
tell.
am.
Like, keep
Yeah, I'm
enjoying it.
having a good time.
All
Like I said,
right, Adrian.
it's the rowing bubble.
Yes.
Fun place to
All
be.
right.
All right. Have a great rest of the week. You
Hi,
take care.
everybody.